Hello everybody, this is Robbie. I have another review for you from one of the Moor Skill Sharpeners series. And just for the record, I have a soon-to-be third-ish fourth grader, a 11th grader, and then I have one that graduated. So I'll be bringing you some high school curriculum reviews here pretty soon, just FYI. But for now, I'm focusing on the younger one because there's just a lot more content for him. So he's technically going into third grade. He's in fourth grade in some subjects, third grade in others. So when I review some of this stuff, it's going to be a little all over the place in terms of grade level. So I apologize for that, but it's mainly so that you can see what type of content is in these things and make a decision and do some research on, for yourself as to whether or not you think the program will work for you, based on how it's laid out and what its philosophy is and that sort of thing. So today I'm working on reviewing the Spell and Write Skill Sharpeners book from Moor. I really like these Skill Sharpeners books. These, I believe, were created more as a supplemental curricula instead of primary curricula because they're not typically there's just not as much content. And I'll show you what I mean by that. But I like these because for us, workbooks like this don't typically work real well as standalone curriculum for us, not because they can't, but because we just tend to be so eclectic and all over the place that I feel like we don't get our money's worth sometimes, when we go into a workbook that is supposed to be a year-long program. So we'll do some of it, but not necessarily all of it. So in this case, there's only 12 units, and therefore it's very doable as a supplement. It's also really good for summer refreshing or keeping skills sharp. Thus skill sharpeners. Yeah, see, get it? Over the summer. So I wanted to try this. Because, again, I'm going to try to go through all of the Skill Sharpeners books, and this one actually really intrigues me. So we haven't worked in this yet, so I'll just go through kind of a flip through and an overview of what it is and how it works. So it's connecting school and home, and it goes over punctuation, it's got test practice, it's got spelling words, but you'll see in a minute, it's also goes into vocabulary, which I really appreciate. So each unit, there's 12 units, and each unit will have a story or an article which contains the spelling words, a spelling list, some activities, grammar and punctuation exercises, which again is nice, writing skills, and test practice. And the 12 units include the wild winds, comets, the Greeks were first, unusual pets, they changed the world, the buried city of Pompeii, rainforest frogs, animals in space, American symbols, travel diary, hero of the sky, animal helpers. And I'm real excited about this because every single topic in here will be a topic that I know my son will really like. This one right here, obviously, I've got a weather kind of geek anyway, and especially when it comes to tornadoes. We are from Oklahoma, and tornadoes fascinate this kid, so this unit right here is going to be really fun for him. So it starts off, you get a story or article. You have to find the words. These are the spelling words they're going to be going over. And honestly, they just want you to check them off. I think it would be a little more effective to either circle or highlight the words in the story, because not every kid's going to do this, but it's very possible that a kid could just literally just check them all off, and you don't know whether they found the words in there or not, right? So that would be, my how I'd probably have my son do it, is just highlight or circle the words. Then they get to copy and spell it twice, which, again, the more they write it, the more likely they are to remember it. So I like the fact that they include that with the words that they're going to be spelling. They need to then circle the misspelled words that are in these sentences and then write the word correctly. So they're getting another opportunity to write some of these words as they find them misspelled in the sentence. They'll then have to match the meanings of the words to the definitions. So they get some vocabulary practice here. It doesn't give you any definitions to go from, so they're not studying the vocabulary. So this is based on knowledge, current knowledge. They need to know what the words mean if they're going to get these right. So this is, I think, probably a more effective way to figure out, what words they don't know, more so than teaching them what they do. But again, that's also something that could be valuable. Also, if you want to work on context clues or want them to work on context clues, I suppose they could refer to this to try to figure out the definitions based on the context clues when they're filling these out, if they don't know what a word means. So that's another idea. I like the fact that this is independent, and even though I've got a student that's very reluctant to do independent work, I mean, it's a little frustrating, to be honest with you, but the engagement is what he thrives on, and homeschooling is perfect for that because we can, obviously, he's got the one-on-one engagement, but I really want practice with independent work also. So not that I want him to always completely be independent, but it's important that they can work independently and not asking me 20 million questions all the time when it's not necessary. So I like that about this. Then we have the different types of sentences. So it does give a little teaching box here, and then they need to go in and figure out whether or not these sentences are declarative, interrogative, imperative, or exclamatory. And again, that's a grammar practice, which I appreciate. The words are then incorporated into the sentence here, and they got to fill in the blank with the appropriate word. And then they get another chance to actually practice writing these words. And I think, this is, some people might consider this busy work, but really it's just another opportunity to write the words. It gives them something kind of fun to do. They have to write the words and follow the shape of the tornado as they write them. And I believe all the units pretty much have this exercise. Again, just another chance to practice writing these words. So the more they write them, the more or the less that they'll have to study them when they do their test. Create an acrostic poem. Write a word or phrase that starts with each letter in the topic word. Use words in the story to help you. I would probably not give this independently because I know what mine would do. Mine would go to the story and find the first word they see that begins with that letter and just write those down. So I would probably need to sit with mine as they do this and make it a little more of a critical thinking exercise. And then read all about it. They get to have a little bit of writing practice here, which this is looks like a really fun writing assignment. Write a lead paragraph for a newspaper article about a tornado that ripped through your town. Describe all the things you heard, saw, and felt. Be sure to add a headline that will grab your reader's attention. Use at least 4 spelling words in your article. So they don't have to do them all, which would be overwhelming to me. So I like the fact that they don't have to use them all, that they only need to use 4, but that they get some writing practice. And then they have to check off the boxes showing that they use complete sentences, they use correct spelling, and they use correct capitalization and punctuation. And then they have to, again, practice what they've learned about the interrogative, declarative, exclamatory sentences. They also get to practice, finding misspelled words and some of the other little things that they practiced in the unit. And then the spelling test. So then we would then read the letter or words to them, and they would have to write them out. And then there's a little practice on grammar here where they have to find the errors and rewrite the sentence. So it's, it's kind of a meaty little thing. It's not, I don't think it's too overwhelming. I think it's a great way to practice and learn new spelling words. And again, because there's only 12 units, if you make this a week long, each unit a week, you're looking at 12 weeks, which is perfect for summer or perfect for supplemental. So I really like it. The Comet is the next unit. And again, we got a crossword here, so they're going to kind of rotate some different exercises for them to do. Simple compound sentences, a word search. Here's the Spell Madoodle, which again, this is just another way to write the words. And I think they do this throughout, but we'll kind of flip through here and give you an idea. Here's another writing assignment. Here's another little exercise, and then your spelling test. Here's the Greeks were first, so we got the paragraph and the writing of the words, and then some exercises. Here's another word search. I like that they are working on pronouns again, a little bit of grammar practice.
Oh my goodness, he didn't even hear.
Another spell-ma-doodle. Oh, fill in the blank. Sorry. All right, spelling test. So we'll just kind of flip through here. This is the one on the pets, unusual pets. Spell-ma-doodle. This looks fun, a little critical thinking exercise. They have to make up a pet and give the pet a name. And I love these kind of exercises. It's something that doesn't come easy for my students. So when I see these, I appreciate them because it's a little bit of a challenge on my little black and white thinking child. They changed the world. Pompeii. Spell-ma-doodle. Rainforest frogs. And I like how this book, because it's considered a supplemental, kind of covers, even though its primary focus is spelling, it covers some of these other things again just to give practice. So if you didn't want, a separate book for grammar, a separate book for vocab, a separate book for, writing, a separate book for, what was the other thing they did in here? The critical thinking. You could get some of that in this book, and you'd still get the practice without having to overload with all the different subjects, over the summer or as a supplemental. Again, they have to make up a bird, a symbol, another bird that would be a good symbol for America. So again, critical thinking. Did I miss a? Yeah, oh, travel diary. Oh yeah, it's like I missed a story here. Travel diary. My photobombing cat. Hero of the Sky, Amelia Earhart. And Animal Helpers. And this is the last unit. Another acrostic. All right. So there's a record sheet if you want to keep track of what lessons have been done. These are all perforated. You can tear them out, so you don't have to work from the book if you don't want to. It will also include the spelling lists that you can pull out. That way, when they're doing their test, you have these lists handy. There's also the answer key in the back. Again, since they're perforated, you could pull these out. If you have a, I have a funny story. A friend of mine's child figured out that the answers were in the back of the book, and they didn't realize it was cheating. Literally didn't realize it was cheating. They just thought they were being really clever and smart by finding the answers in the back and filling in the content from the answer key. And they got really upset when they found out that it was considered cheating, because they really, truly, innocently didn't realize that that's what that was. So anyway, I thought that was pretty funny. But anyway, if you have a clever child who figures out that the answers are in the back, you might want to pull these out. Remove the temptation to take a peek at these. And they're all in color too. So I love the fact that this is in color. I have a very visual child. They don't complain. He doesn't complain when we do black and white activity books, but just having it in color is a bonus, in my opinion. And so I really love these. These are really inexpensive. I believe the price on these is around $10 new, and then they run specials. If I find a code, if I have a code that I can put down below for any of the Evan Moor products, I will definitely do that. I am an affiliate for them, so they do send items to me in exchange for my review. This is one of them. I do have a lot of Evan Moor on my own, though, that I've purchased, so I will do reviews on those as well. And I have a playlist already created in my on my channel for the Evan Moor reviews, if you want to just see them all at a glance. So I hope this was helpful. If you have any questions, leave them below. I'll do my best to answer them. And I appreciate the fact that you came and viewed my channel today. Sorry, I've got noise in the background distracting me. Anyway, I appreciate you coming to visit my channel today, and I hope you have a wonderful day.